Al Kharid buzzed with life and energy, a city that never seemed to sleep. The marketplace was a riot of colors, smells and sounds, each stall more vibrant than the last. Merchants hawked silks and spices, their voices blending into a symphony of commerce. Children chased each other, their laughter echoing through the narrow streets, adding to the cacophony.
Sighs, I feel so out of place here amidst all this noise and chaos.
Q1kj, a young man with eyes like the desert sky, felt out of place in the bustling city. He preferred the quiet of the dunes, where the whispering wind was his only companion. Q1kj ran a hand through his dark hair, feeling the grit of sand between his fingers. He gripped the leather strap of his water skin, a lifeline in the harsh desert. The desert sun beat down relentlessly, its heat a constant reminder of the unforgiving environment. He longed for the cool shade of his tent, a sanctuary from the scorching sun. He was about to turn away when a voice stopped him in his tracks. It was low and raspy, like the desert wind over sand, carrying a sense of urgency.
Kinky.
Q1kj turned, his curiosity piqued by the mysterious voice. A hooded figure stood before him, an enigmatic presence in the bustling market. The figure lowered his hood, revealing a face partially hidden in shadow. His face was hidden in shadow, adding to the air of mystery.
You seek adventure. I offer you destiny. Follow me, and your life will never be the same.
The stranger's name was Eblis. He was a figure shrouded in mystery, known only through whispers and legends. His presence alone commanded attention, and his reputation preceded him wherever he went. His eyes, dark and intense, seemed to see into Q1kj's soul. They were eyes that had witnessed countless secrets and untold stories, eyes that held the weight of ancient knowledge. Eblis spoke of an ancient artifact, the Staff of the Ancients. This staff was not just a relic, it was a symbol of power and wisdom, a beacon for those who sought to control the forces of nature. It was a weapon of immense power, capable of commanding the very elements. Fire, water, earth, and air, all would bend to the will of the one who wielded it.
The staff is shattered. Its pieces, once whole and formidable, now lay in ruins, broken into pieces, scattered across the land. Each fragment hidden in a place of great peril, guarded by the forces of nature itself.
He held out a weathered map. This map, aged and fragile, was the key to finding the lost pieces of the staff.
Find the 4 magical diamonds. These diamonds, each imbued with elemental power, would guide the way. They will guide you to the staff. Only by uniting these diamonds could the staff be restored to its former glory.
Each diamond represented an element: fire, water, earth, and air. These elements were the building blocks of the world, and each diamond held a piece of their essence. To find them, Q1kj would have to face deadly creatures and navigate treacherous landscapes. The journey would test his courage, strength, and resolve. Eblis's words echoed in his ears. The weight of the task ahead was immense, but so was the potential for greatness.
The fate of the world rests on your shoulders. This was not just a quest for power, but a mission to restore balance and harmony.
Q1kj took a deep breath. The enormity of the quest was daunting, but he felt a sense of purpose igniting within him. He looked Eblis in the eye. In that moment, a silent understanding passed between them.
I accept this quest. His voice was steady, filled with determination and resolve.
He knew the journey ahead would be perilous. The path was fraught with danger, but also with the promise of discovery and adventure. But a fire had been lit within him, a fire that burned with the desire to uncover the truth and reclaim the lost power of the staff. A thirst for adventure he could no longer ignore. With a heart full of hope and a mind set on the journey ahead, Q1kj embarked on his quest, ready to face whatever challenges lay in his path. The first diamond, the diamond of the storm, lay hidden in the heart of a raging tempest. Q1kj journeyed for days, battling scorching sun and biting sandstorms. He finally reached the Canyon of Whispers, where the wind howled like a banshee. As he entered the canyon, the wind whipped at him with a vengeance. Lightning flashed, illuminating monstrous statues carved into the canyon walls. They seemed to watch his every move.
Grunts. This wind is relentless.
In the center of the canyon, a whirlwind raged. At its heart, Q1kj could just make out the faint glow of the diamond. But guarding it was a creature of the storm, the Sand Wyrm. Its scales shimmered like 1,000 sunsets, and its eyes burned with an eerie blue fire. The second diamond, the heart of the volcano, pulsed within the fiery depths of Mount Ignis. Q1kj braved scorching heat and rivers of molten rock. He could feel the very mountain trying to shake him off. The air grew hot and heavy, thick with the smell of sulfur. The ground beneath his feet was warm, radiating the heat of the volcano's heart.
Panting, almost there, just a bit further.
He finally reached the chamber of the volcano's heart. The diamond, burning bright red, rested on a pedestal of obsidian. But guarding it was a creature of fire, the Magma Hydra. Its multiple heads swayed, each one spitting flames that could melt steel. Section 5. The Swamp's Emerald Eye. The third diamond, the Swamp's Emerald Eye, lay hidden in the fetid depths of the black marshes.
I navigated through treacherous bogs and fought off giant insects.
The air hung heavy with the stench of decay. Vines thick as a man's arm snaked out from the murky water. Strange birds with iridescent feathers called out in the darkness.
Deep within the marshes, I found a clearing. In the center, a pool of water shimmered. It was an unnatural green, pulsing with an inner light. At the bottom lay the diamond, but guarding it was a creature of the swamp, the Mire Lurker.
Section 6. The Whisper of the Desert Wind. Finding the final diamond, the Whisper of the Desert Wind proved the most challenging. It was a quest that tested every ounce of my resolve and determination. It was hidden not in a physical location, but within the very fabric of the desert. The sands held secrets that only the wind could reveal.
I spent weeks wandering the dunes, guided only by instinct and the whisper of the wind. Days turned into weeks, and the endless expanse of sand seemed to stretch on forever. The sun beat down mercilessly, its relentless heat sapping my strength and willpower. Still, I pressed on, my throat parched, my body weary. Each step felt like a monumental effort, but I knew I couldn't give up.
Then one night, as he slept beneath the stars, he felt it. The vast starry sky seemed to whisper secrets of the ancient sands, a faint tremor in the air, a subtle shift in the dunes. It was as if the desert itself was alive, guiding him. It was the whisper calling to him, a sound so faint yet so profound it resonated deep within his soul.
I followed the whisper, my heart pounding with anticipation. Each step brought me closer to the source of the mysterious call. It led me to a hidden oasis, a place of incredible beauty and peace. The sight of the lush greenery and clear water was a stark contrast to the harsh desert. In the center of the oasis, a single date palm stood tall. It was a symbol of life and hope in the midst of the barren desert. And there, nestled within its branches, was the final diamond, the whisper of the desert wind, glistening in the sunlight. I held the diamond in my hand, feeling a sense of triumph and relief. The journey had been long and arduous, but the reward was worth every hardship. The oasis, with its serene beauty, was a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, there is always a glimmer of hope and beauty waiting to be discovered.
With all 4 diamonds in hand, Q1kj, guided by Eblis, journeyed to the Pyramid of Azzanadra. This ancient structure, half buried in the sand, held the key to reuniting the staff of the ancients. The entrance, guarded by silent sphinxes, seemed to swallow them whole. The air inside was stale and cold. The walls were covered in hieroglyphics, depicting scenes of a long-forgotten time.
These hieroglyphics, they tell a story, don't they?
As they ventured deeper, they encountered a series of intricate traps and puzzles. Each one tested Q1kj's intelligence, agility, and resolve. Eblis, his face grim, offered no help.
This is your challenge to overcome, Q1kj.
Finally, they reached the inner sanctum. In the center of the chamber stood an altar. Above it, floating in mid-air, were the 4 diamonds, pulsing with power. But as Q1kj reached for the diamonds, the chamber began to shake. From the shadows, 4 figures emerged, the guardians of the elements. They were grotesque parodies of the creatures Q1kj had faced before, twisted and empowered by the magic of the pyramid.
No, it can't be.
The Sand Wyrm, its scales now black as night, lashed out with its tail, sending Q1kj flying. The Magma Hydra, its eyes burning with a malevolent light, spat flames that licked at his heels. The Mire Lurker, its body a mass of dripping slime, lunged at him with razor-sharp claws. And the whisper of the desert wind, now a howling vortex of sand and dust, threatened to tear him limb from limb. Q1kj fought back with all his might, his skills honed by his journey. He dodged the Sand Wyrm's tail, deflected the Magma Hydra's flames, and evaded the Mire Lurker's grasp. He used his wit and agility to outmaneuver the whisper of the desert wind.
I won't back down, not now.
With a roar, he unleashed the power of the diamonds. The chamber pulsed with energy, the air crackled, and in his hands, the staff of the ancients reformed, whole and powerful once more. He felt a surge of power coursing through him. He could command the elements, bend them to his will. He was a conduit for their might. With a flick of the staff, he banished the Guardians back to the shadows. The chamber fell silent. Eblis, a look of pride on his face, nodded in approval.
You have done well, Q1kj. You are a true hero.
Q1kj emerged from the pyramid, the staff of the ancients in his grasp. He was no longer the same young man who had left Al Kharid. He was a legend, his name whispered on the desert wind.
I am Q1kj, the master of the elements.
His journey had just begun. The fate of the world rested on his shoulders, but he was ready. He was Q1kj, and he would face any challenge, conquer any foe with the power of the elements at his command.